Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that weighs heavily on all of us: the importance of letting go. We often carry burdens that are not ours to bear, holding on to people, relationships, and memories that can weigh us down. It's time to understand that sometimes the greatest act of love is to set others free. Life is a journey, and on this journey we meet many people. Some come to teach us lessons, while others are meant to stay for a season. But there comes a point when we must recognize that clinging to those who are not meant to be in our lives can hinder our growth. Holding on too tightly can create chains, and these chains can bind us to a past that no longer serves us. Let me tell you this: freeing someone doesn't mean you don't care about them. In fact, it often means the opposite. Love is not about possession. It's about allowing others to be who they are, even if that means walking away. When we let go of what's no longer beneficial, we create space for new opportunities, for new connections, and for the possibility of rediscovering ourselves. Now, I know it's not easy. We fear change, we fear loss. But in every ending, there's a new beginning. Each time we release someone, we give ourselves the chance to grow, to expand, to embrace the unknown. We can find strength in vulnerability and learn that our worth isn't tied to the presence of others. So I urge you to take a moment to reflect on your life. Who or what are you holding on to? Is it serving you, or is it time to let it go? You deserve to live a life unencumbered by the past, a life where you can flourish without the weight of what could have been. Embrace the power of letting go. It's not just a release, it's a liberation. It's your chance to step into the fullness of your potential and to honor your journey. Remember, when you let them go, you free yourself to become the person you were always meant to be. Holding on to relationships, memories, and past experiences can create an emotional burden that weighs heavily on us, often without us even realizing it. This burden manifests in various ways: stress, anxiety, guilt, and a sense of stagnation. It's essential to understand that the attachments we form are natural. They reflect our desire for connection and belonging. However, there comes a point when these attachments can transform from healthy bonds into chains that restrict our growth and hinder our progress. Consider the friendships or romantic relationships we cling to, even when they are no longer fulfilling. These connections might have brought joy at one time, but as people evolve, their paths may diverge. Yet many of us fear the void that comes with losing those relationships, believing that letting go means losing a part of ourselves. In reality, the opposite is true. The longer we hold on to these outdated connections, the more we hinder our own personal development. Instead of fostering growth, we may find ourselves trapped in cycles of disappointment, resentment, or unreciprocated effort. Moreover, there are memories of past failures, mistakes, or traumas that can create significant emotional weight. These memories can act like anchors, dragging us down into a sea of regret and self-doubt. Holding on to past failures can prevent us from moving forward and pursuing new opportunities. We become so consumed by what went wrong that we forget to look at the lessons learned and the strength gained from overcoming those challenges. This fixation can lead to a fear of stepping outside our comfort zones, reinforcing a cycle of inaction that stifles our potential. In addition to personal relationships and memories, we also hold on to societal expectations and norms that may no longer serve us. The pressure to conform can be overwhelming, causing us to cling to identities and roles that don't reflect who we truly are. This can result in a disconnect between our authentic selves and the personas we present to the world. The weight of these expectations can stifle our individuality and lead to feelings of inadequacy when we don't measure up to external standards. Recognizing these burdens is the first step towards liberation. It requires self-awareness and honesty. We must ask ourselves tough questions: what do we gain by holding on to these attachments? What fears are preventing us from letting go? Often, the fear of change or the unknown keeps us tethered to what is familiar, even if it is detrimental. Letting go doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that requires time, reflection, and sometimes even grief. Just as we mourn the end of a relationship or the loss of a dream, we must also allow ourselves to feel the weight of our attachments as we begin to release them. This is a crucial part of healing and growth. Ultimately, understanding that holding on to these burdens can inhibit our personal development is transformative. By choosing to let go, we make room for new experiences, relationships, and opportunities. In freeing ourselves from these attachments, we not only lighten our emotional load but also open ourselves to the possibilities of a more fulfilling and authentic life. In the tapestry of life, we encounter numerous individuals who shape our journey in various ways. Each relationship brings unique lessons and experiences, often marking significant phases of our lives. However, not all of these connections are meant to last. It is essential to recognize the concept of seasonal relationships, those people who enter our lives for a specific period, often for a reason or a season, and whose purpose may shift or conclude over time. These seasonal relationships can take many forms. They might be friendships that emerge during a particular life stage, such as college or early career, providing support, companionship, and joy. They could also be romantic relationships that fulfill our needs during a certain phase of life but may not be suitable as we evolve and change. Each of these connections can enrich our experiences, offering insights, joy, and sometimes even pain that contribute to our personal growth. However, the natural progression of life involves change. As we grow and evolve, our needs, desires, and values can shift significantly. What once felt like a perfect fit may no longer resonate with who we are becoming. This shift can lead to a dissonance in relationships, where the initial spark fades and we begin to realize that the bond we once cherished no longer serves our growth. Recognizing this evolution is crucial. It allows us to assess whether a relationship is still beneficial or if it has become a hindrance to our personal development. Clinging to these seasonal connections can often lead to feelings of guilt or anxiety. We may feel a sense of obligation to maintain a relationship simply because of its history, or because of the memories we have shared. This sense of obligation can cloud our judgment and prevent us from making the best decisions for our well-being. It's common to fear that letting go will hurt the other person, or that it will signify failure on our part. However, we must understand that relationships can change, and endings can be part of a natural cycle. By holding on too tightly, we risk stunting our growth and preventing ourselves from fully engaging with the next phase of our lives. Moreover, seasonal relationships can also become sources of toxicity when they outlive their purpose. If a friendship or partnership becomes marked by conflict, resentment, or unmet expectations, it can drain our emotional resources. It's essential to assess whether these connections still bring joy and positivity into our lives or if they are holding us back. In such cases, letting go can be an act of self-preservation, allowing us to reclaim our energy and redirect it toward more fulfilling and supportive relationships. Learning to identify seasonal relationships requires introspection and honesty. It involves reflecting on the impact each person has on our lives and recognizing when their purpose has shifted. By doing so, we empower ourselves to make choices that align with our current selves and future aspirations. Letting go of these connections does not negate the importance of what they once were. Instead, it acknowledges the journey we've shared and honors the lessons learned. In essence, understanding that some relationships are meant for a season helps us navigate the complexities of human connection with grace and clarity. It allows us to honor our past while embracing the promise of new beginnings, paving the way for deeper, more meaningful connections that align with who we are becoming. Letting go can often feel like a daunting, painful process, yet it is one of the most profound acts of love we can extend not only to others but also to ourselves. The notion that love is about possession or control can lead us to believe that we must hold on to people, relationships, or experiences, fearing that letting go signifies a lack of care or commitment. However, true love often means recognizing when it's time to release someone from our lives, allowing them the freedom to pursue their own path. This act is not just about relinquishing control, it's about fostering genuine connections built on mutual respect and understanding. When we cling to someone out of fear of loss, we can create an environment of tension and dependency. Such dynamics can suffocate relationships, turning what was once a source of joy into a burden. By trying to hold on to someone, we may inadvertently stifle their growth, forcing them into roles that may not align with their true selves. This is where the real challenge lies, understanding that love is not about possession, but rather about allowing others to flourish, even if it means stepping away from us. Consider the example of a romantic relationship. It's easy to get caught up in the illusion that love means being inseparable, that our happiness is intertwined with our partner's presence. However, relationships that thrive are those in which both individuals feel empowered to pursue their individual dreams and aspirations. When one partner feels confined or pressured to conform to the other's expectations, resentment can build, ultimately damaging the relationship. Letting go of the need to control or possess becomes an act of profound love, creating space for both partners to grow as individuals. This principle also extends to friendships. We often develop deep connections with friends, sharing experiences and memories that shape our lives. However, as life progresses, people change, and their paths may diverge. If we hold on to these friendships out of a sense of obligation or nostalgia, we may find ourselves in relationships that no longer bring joy or fulfillment. Recognizing that it is okay to let go of friendships that have become toxic or unfulfilling is a vital aspect of self-love. By doing so, we honor the bond that was once shared while simultaneously opening ourselves to new friendships that align better with our current selves. Furthermore, the act of letting go can be liberating, not only for ourselves but also for the individuals we release. When we allow someone to move on, we give them the opportunity to pursue their own happiness and discover new experiences. This can be especially true in situations involving family dynamics, where the pressure to maintain certain roles can be immense. By letting go of the expectation that family members must always play specific parts in our lives, we create an environment where everyone can thrive as their authentic selves. Ultimately, the true essence of love lies in the ability to recognize when it's time to release someone. It requires immense courage and vulnerability to accept that letting go does not equate to failure or lack of care. Rather, it reflects an understanding that love is about freedom, the freedom to grow, to change, and to embrace new paths. This perspective allows us to cultivate healthier relationships, where love is not about possession but about mutual support, respect, and understanding. By embracing this idea, we free ourselves from the weight of unhealthy attachments, paving the way for releasing what no longer serves us is not just a necessary act, it is an invitation to embrace new opportunities and experiences that can enrich our lives. When we hold on to relationships, habits, or situations that have become detrimental, we limit our potential and inhibit our ability to grow. The act of letting go is often seen as a sacrifice, but in reality it is a powerful catalyst for change, allowing us to create space for what truly matters and aligns with our evolving selves. Consider the metaphor of a garden. A garden thrives when it is tended to, with careful attention to the plants that flourish and the weeds that threaten to overtake them. Just as a gardener must pull out the weeds to make room for new growth, we must also assess the aspects of our lives that may be hindering our progress. This might include unhealthy relationships that drain our energy, negative thought patterns that perpetuate self-doubt, or unfulfilling jobs that stifle our creativity. Each of these elements can act as barriers to our growth, preventing us from realizing our true potential. Letting go requires us to confront the discomfort that often accompanies change. We may fear the unknown or worry about the void that will be left behind. However, we must remind ourselves that discomfort is a natural part of the growth process. When we allow ourselves to sit with this discomfort, we often find that it serves as a powerful motivator for change. It pushes us to reflect on what we truly want and need in our lives. This introspection can lead to profound insights about ourselves, helping us clarify our values, goals, and desires. As we begin to release what no longer serves us, we create physical and emotional space that can be filled with new opportunities. Letting go can open doors we never knew existed. For instance, ending a stagnant relationship can lead to meeting new people who inspire and uplift us. Releasing a toxic work environment may allow us to pursue a career that aligns with our passions and skills. Each act of letting go creates a ripple effect, allowing us to engage with life more fully and authentically. Moreover, embracing new opportunities often requires us to adopt a mindset of curiosity and openness. This means being willing to explore new interests, take risks, and step outside of our comfort zones. When we let go of what holds us back, we can embrace new experiences that challenge us and encourage growth. This might involve taking up a new hobby, traveling to a new place, or even pursuing further education. Each of these experiences has the potential to expand our horizons and introduce us to new perspectives and possibilities. Additionally, letting go can enhance our mental and emotional well-being. Holding on to past grievances, regrets, or fears can create a toxic mental environment that breeds anxiety and negativity. When we consciously release these burdens, we lighten our emotional load, allowing for greater clarity and peace of mind. This newfound mental space enables us to focus on the present moment, cultivating mindfulness and gratitude for the opportunities that life presents. Ultimately, the act of releasing what no longer serves us is a transformative journey. It invites us to reflect on our lives, confront our fears, and embrace change. By letting go, we not only create room for new opportunities but also empower ourselves to live more authentically and purposefully. The journey of letting go is not always easy, but it is essential for fostering a life rich with experiences, growth, and fulfillment. Through this process, we discover the beauty of new beginnings and the endless possibilities that await us when we choose to free ourselves from the past. Fear of change is an innate human response that often holds us back from pursuing our true potential and fully embracing life's possibilities. It is a universal experience. The thought of stepping into the unknown can elicit a deep sense of anxiety and uncertainty. This fear can be particularly powerful when it comes to letting go of relationships, routines, or mindsets that we have become accustomed to, even if they no longer serve us. However, understanding this fear and learning to navigate it is crucial for personal growth and fulfillment. One of the primary reasons we fear change is the comfort we derive from familiarity. Familiarity creates a sense of security. We know what to expect from our daily lives, and the predictable patterns can provide a false sense of stability. This is especially true in relationships, where we may feel obligated to maintain connections that have become stagnant or unfulfilling. The idea of letting go can trigger anxiety about what will happen next. We may worry about being alone, losing our support systems, or facing an uncertain future without the familiar presence of certain individuals. This fear can also be rooted in past experiences. If we have previously faced negative outcomes when pursuing change, such as a painful breakup, a job loss, or a failed endeavor, we may become conditioned to avoid situations that could lead to similar discomfort. This self-preservation instinct can create a cycle of avoidance, where we cling to what we know out of fear of repeating past mistakes. While this instinct is natural, it can limit our ability to grow and evolve, trapping us in a cycle of stagnation. Moreover, societal expectations can exacerbate our fear of change. We often find ourselves influenced by cultural narratives that prioritize stability and conformity. The pressure to maintain certain roles, follow prescribed paths, or meet external benchmarks of success can make it daunting to break free from the status quo. The fear of judgment or disapproval from others can be paralyzing, preventing us from making choices that align with our true selves. However, it is important to recognize that change is an inherent part of life. Growth, evolution, and transformation are natural processes, and resisting them can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. Embracing change involves cultivating resilience and adaptability. By acknowledging our fears and understanding their origins, we can begin to develop strategies to confront them. One effective approach to overcoming the fear of change is to reframe our perspective on uncertainty. Instead of viewing change as a threat, we can begin to see it as an opportunity for growth. Embracing a mindset of curiosity can help us navigate the unknown with excitement rather than trepidation. This might involve setting small, manageable goals that allow us to explore new avenues without feeling overwhelmed. For example, if we are contemplating a career change, we can start by researching new fields, networking with professionals, or taking introductory courses to ease the transition. Practicing mindfulness and self-compassion can also be beneficial in confronting our fears. By grounding ourselves in the present moment and recognizing that it is okay to feel anxious about change, we can reduce the power that fear holds over us. Engaging in self-reflection can help us clarify our values and priorities, empowering us to make decisions that resonate with our true selves rather than being driven by fear. In conclusion, the fear of change is a natural, albeit challenging, aspect of the human experience. By acknowledging this fear, reframing our perspective, and cultivating resilience, we can begin to navigate the uncertainties of life with greater confidence. Embracing change opens the door to new opportunities, connections, and experiences that enrich our lives and allow us to grow into our fullest potential. Understanding that fear is not a barrier but a signal that we are on the brink of transformation empowers us to take the necessary steps toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. Finding strength in vulnerability is a transformative concept that often challenges our perceptions of power and resilience. For many, vulnerability is synonymous with weakness, a trait to be avoided or masked behind layers of bravado. However, embracing vulnerability can lead to profound personal growth and deeper connections with ourselves and others. This requires a paradigm shift, where we come to understand that vulnerability is not only a natural part of the human experience, but also a source of immense strength. At its core, vulnerability involves the willingness to expose our true selves, including our fears, insecurities, and imperfections. This exposure can be intimidating, as it requires us to step outside our comfort zones and confront the parts of ourselves we may prefer to hide. Yet this very act of revealing ourselves fosters authenticity. When we allow ourselves to be seen, we invite others to do the same, creating an environment of trust and openness. This reciprocal sharing of vulnerabilities can deepen relationships, forging stronger bonds based on mutual understanding and acceptance. Moreover, embracing vulnerability encourages self-compassion. When we acknowledge our own imperfections and embrace our humanity, we develop a kinder, more forgiving relationship with ourselves. This self-acceptance is crucial, as it enables us to confront challenges without the fear of judgment. Instead of striving for an unattainable ideal of perfection, we learn to embrace our authentic selves, celebrating our unique journeys, strengths, and flaws. This shift can lead to greater resilience as we become less reactive to external pressures and more in tune with our internal compass. Finding strength in vulnerability also opens the door to growth. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we create opportunities for learning and development. This might involve sharing our struggles, seeking help when we need it, or pursuing new experiences that challenge us. Each of these actions requires a degree of vulnerability, as they often involve risking failure or rejection. However, it is through these experiences that we grow, gaining valuable insights about ourselves and our capabilities. The lessons learned during moments of vulnerability can shape us, providing the tools we need to navigate future challenges with confidence. Additionally, embracing vulnerability can enhance our emotional intelligence. When we acknowledge our own feelings and experiences, we become more attuned to the emotions of others. This heightened awareness allows us to empathize with those around us, fostering deeper connections and enriching our relationships. When we practice vulnerability, we create space for others to share their experiences, which can lead to powerful conversations and a shared sense of humanity. This empathetic connection is vital in building supportive communities, where individuals feel seen and heard. Vulnerability can also be a catalyst for change. When we confront our fears and insecurities, we often discover the motivations behind our behaviors. This self-awareness can drive us to make necessary changes in our lives, whether that involves letting go of toxic relationships, pursuing new passions, or reevaluating our goals. By embracing vulnerability, we create a foundation for transformative change, empowering ourselves to take risks and pursue the life we desire. While the journey toward embracing vulnerability is not always easy, it is a crucial aspect of personal growth and connection. It requires courage to step into the unknown, confront our fears, and allow ourselves to be seen. Yet the rewards of this journey are profound. By finding strength in vulnerability, we unlock the potential for deeper relationships, greater self-acceptance, and a more fulfilling life. Ultimately, embracing vulnerability is not about weakness, it is about harnessing the power of our authentic selves and living with intention, openness, and courage. Self-worth is a fundamental aspect of our identity, shaping how we perceive ourselves and how we engage with the world around us. It is the intrinsic belief in our value and the recognition that we deserve respect, love, and happiness. However, many individuals struggle with self-worth, often tying it to external factors such as relationships, accomplishments, or societal approval. Understanding that our value is inherent, regardless of these external circumstances, is crucial for personal growth and fulfillment. When we base our self-worth on external validation, we become vulnerable to the opinions and judgments of others. This dependence can lead to a constant cycle of seeking approval, where our feelings of worth fluctuate based on how others perceive us. For instance, in romantic relationships, we might find ourselves compromising our values or suppressing our needs to gain approval from our partner. This behavior can erode our sense of self, leading to feelings of inadequacy and disconnection from our true selves. The more we seek validation from others, the more we risk losing sight of our intrinsic value. The journey toward recognizing our inherent self-worth begins with self-reflection and awareness. It requires us to confront the beliefs we hold about ourselves and question their validity. Often, these beliefs are shaped by past experiences, societal expectations, or negative self-talk. By acknowledging these influences, we can start to dismantle the internal narratives that undermine our self-worth. This process of introspection can be uncomfortable, as it forces us to confront painful memories or ingrained beliefs. However, it is a necessary step toward reclaiming our sense of value. Practicing self-compassion is a powerful tool in nurturing self-worth. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would extend to a friend facing difficulties. Instead of engaging in self-criticism or harsh judgment, we learn to approach our flaws and mistakes with compassion and acceptance. This shift in perspective helps us recognize that being imperfect is a part of the human experience. By embracing our vulnerabilities and treating ourselves with care, we cultivate a sense of worth that is not contingent upon perfection or external approval. Additionally, it is essential to establish boundaries that reflect our values and priorities. When we understand our worth, we become more adept at recognizing what we deserve in relationships, careers, and various aspects of life. Setting boundaries allows us to protect our emotional and mental well-being, ensuring that we do not compromise our values for the sake of pleasing others. This practice reinforces our self-worth by affirming that we deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. As we establish and uphold these boundaries, we send a clear message to ourselves and others that our well-being is a priority. Engaging in activities that align with our passions and interests can further enhance our self-worth. When we pursue endeavors that resonate with our authentic selves, we cultivate a sense of fulfillment and joy. This engagement fosters a connection to our values, reinforcing the belief that we are worthy of pursuing what brings us happiness. Whether through creative expression, volunteering, or pursuing professional goals, engaging in meaningful activities allows us to connect with our strengths and capabilities. Finally, surrounding ourselves with supportive and positive influences is crucial for nurturing self-worth. The people we choose to engage with can significantly impact how we view ourselves. Building a network of individuals who uplift, encourage, and validate us helps reinforce our intrinsic value. This supportive environment creates a foundation where we feel safe to explore our true selves and embrace our worth without fear of judgment. In essence, self-worth is a journey that requires ongoing reflection, self-compassion, and intentionality. By recognizing that our value is inherent and not defined by external circumstances, we empower ourselves to live authentically and fully. Cultivating self-worth fosters resilience, confidence, and a deeper connection to ourselves and others, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Embracing change and transformation is a vital aspect of personal growth, allowing us to adapt, evolve, and flourish throughout our lives. Life is an ever-flowing river of experiences, and resisting change can hinder our ability to navigate its twists and turns. Instead of viewing change as a threat or a source of anxiety, learning to embrace it as a natural part of our journey can lead to profound self-discovery and new opportunities. The first step in embracing change is recognizing that it is inevitable. Change can come in various forms: relationships ending, career transitions, personal losses, or even shifts in our own perspectives. Often the prospect of change brings about feelings of fear and uncertainty. We might find ourselves clinging to the familiar, even if it is no longer serving us, simply because the unknown feels daunting. However, acknowledging that change is an inherent part of life can help us cultivate a mindset that welcomes rather than fears it. By adopting a more open-minded approach to change, we can begin to shift our perspective. Rather than seeing change as a disruption, we can view it as an opportunity for growth. Each change presents a chance to learn, adapt, and discover new facets of ourselves. For instance, transitioning to a new job can be intimidating, but it can also open doors to new relationships, skills, and experiences that enrich our lives. This shift in perspective requires a willingness to let go of preconceived notions and embrace the possibilities that lie ahead. Building resilience is crucial in navigating change effectively. Resilience allows us to bounce back from setbacks and face new challenges with a sense of strength and determination. One way to cultivate resilience is to develop a growth mindset, the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. When faced with change, we can remind ourselves of past experiences where we have successfully navigated transitions, reinforcing our belief in our ability to adapt. Embracing change also involves a degree of vulnerability. When we step into the unknown, we expose ourselves to potential failures or disappointments. However, this vulnerability is a necessary part of growth. Allowing ourselves to be open to new experiences, even if they carry risks, can lead to profound personal transformation. By taking calculated risks, we push ourselves outside of our comfort zones and discover strengths and capabilities we may not have known we possessed. This journey of exploration fosters self-discovery and helps us build a more authentic and fulfilled life. In addition, surrounding ourselves with a supportive network can significantly ease the process of embracing change. Friends, family, and mentors can provide encouragement, guidance, and perspective during times of transition. Sharing our fears and uncertainties with trusted individuals can alleviate feelings of isolation and remind us that we are not alone in our experiences. This support system can also offer new insights, helping us see the potential in change that we may have overlooked. Finally, embracing change means cultivating patience and self-compassion. Change often unfolds gradually, and it is essential to allow ourselves the space to adapt. Acknowledging that it is okay to feel uncertain or anxious during periods of transformation can help alleviate the pressure we place on ourselves. Practicing self-compassion during these times encourages us to treat ourselves with kindness, reminding us that we are all on a journey of growth and evolution. In summary, embracing change and transformation is an essential part of the human experience. By shifting our perspective, building resilience, fostering vulnerability, seeking support, and practicing self-compassion, we can navigate the inevitable changes in our lives with grace and confidence. This process of embracing change not only enriches our personal journeys but also leads us toward greater self-awareness, fulfillment, and connection with the world around us. Each change we face can become a stepping stone toward a more vibrant and authentic life, guiding us toward the person we are meant to be. Healing from past wounds is an integral part of personal growth, allowing us to move forward with greater strength and clarity. Each of us carries experiences, traumas, disappointments, losses that can shape our perceptions and behaviors. These past wounds often manifest as emotional scars, affecting our relationships, self-esteem, and overall well-being. Acknowledging and healing these wounds is essential for releasing ourselves from the past and opening up to new possibilities. The first step in the healing process is acknowledgement. It is essential to recognize the impact of our past experiences on our present lives. This acknowledgement requires honesty and vulnerability, as we must confront difficult emotions and memories that we may have buried or avoided. Understanding that it is okay to feel pain is vital. This pain does not define us, but it is a part of our journey. By naming our wounds, whether they are rooted in trauma, loss, or betrayal, we take the first courageous step toward healing. Once we acknowledge our wounds, the next phase involves processing and understanding them. This process can be complex and often requires delving deep into our emotions. Journaling, therapy, or engaging in creative expression can be valuable tools for this exploration. Writing about our experiences allows us to articulate our feelings, providing a sense of release and clarity. Similarly, talking with a therapist can facilitate a safe space for understanding our emotions, helping us unravel the intricate connections between our past and present. Healing also necessitates the practice of self-compassion. Many individuals carry self-blame or guilt related to their past experiences, believing they should have acted differently. It is crucial to remind ourselves that we did the best we could with the knowledge and resources available to us at that time. Embracing self-compassion means treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would extend to a friend in a similar situation. This compassionate approach fosters a sense of worthiness and acceptance, allowing us to release the heavy burdens of shame and regret. Furthermore, healing often involves re-evaluating our narratives. We may internalize stories about ourselves based on our experiences, stories that dictate how we view our worth, capabilities, and potential. Challenging these narratives is an essential part of the healing process. It requires us to question the validity of the beliefs we hold about ourselves and to consider alternative, more empowering perspectives. For example, instead of seeing ourselves as victims of our circumstances, we can reframe our experiences as lessons that have shaped our resilience and strength. Another vital component of healing is setting boundaries. When we have experienced emotional wounds, we may find ourselves in relationships or situations that perpetuate our pain. Establishing boundaries involves recognizing what is acceptable and what is not, allowing us to protect our emotional well-being. This may mean distancing ourselves from toxic relationships or learning to say no to situations that trigger past traumas. By asserting our boundaries, we empower ourselves to take control of our healing journey and prioritize our mental health. Additionally, engaging in practices that promote healing such as mindfulness, meditation, and self-care can significantly aid in the process. Mindfulness allows us to stay present and acknowledge our emotions without judgment, creating a safe space for healing. Meditation can help calm the mind, providing clarity and insight into our feelings. Self-care practices, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, reinforce the idea that we deserve to heal and nurture ourselves. Lastly, seeking support from others can be instrumental in the healing journey. Whether through therapy, support groups, or trusted friends, sharing our experiences can help alleviate feelings of isolation and provide comfort. Hearing others' stories of resilience can inspire hope and reinforce the belief that healing is possible. In essence, healing from past wounds is a multifaceted process that requires acknowledgement, understanding, self-compassion, and support. By confronting our experiences, challenging limiting narratives, and practicing self-care, we can begin to mend the emotional scars that hold us back. This journey toward healing not only liberates us from the burdens of the past, but also empowers us to embrace a brighter, more authentic future. Each step we take toward healing is a testament to our strength and resilience, paving the way for personal growth and fulfillment. Embracing the present moment is a profound practice that can lead to greater awareness, fulfillment, and joy in our lives. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions abound and our minds are often preoccupied with past regrets or future anxieties, it can be challenging to remain grounded in the present. However, recognizing the importance of living in the moment allows us to cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us. At the heart of embracing the present moment lies the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the intentional act of paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. This practice encourages us to fully engage with our current experiences, whether they involve simple everyday activities or more significant life events. By grounding ourselves in the present, we can enhance our appreciation for life's fleeting moments, allowing us to savor experiences that we might otherwise overlook. One of the first steps in embracing the present moment is developing awareness of our thoughts and feelings. Often we operate on autopilot, moving through our daily routines without truly engaging with our surroundings or emotions. Practicing mindfulness helps us become conscious of our internal dialogue, allowing us to observe our thoughts without becoming entangled in them. For instance, during a simple task like washing the dishes, we can focus on the sensations of the warm water, the scent of the soap, and the sound of the dishes clinking together. This focused awareness can transform mundane activities into moments of joy and gratitude. Additionally, embracing the present moment involves letting go of the past and future. We often find ourselves trapped in cycles of regret or worry, replaying past mistakes or anxieties about what lies ahead. While it is natural to reflect on our experiences, it is essential to recognize that dwelling on the past or fixating on the future can detract from our ability to engage with the present. By consciously redirecting our attention to the here and now, we can free ourselves from the burdens of guilt and anxiety. This process may involve acknowledging our thoughts and feelings but choosing not to let them dictate our present experiences. Another critical aspect of living in the moment is practicing gratitude. Gratitude encourages us to focus on what we have rather than what we lack. By cultivating an attitude of gratitude, we train our minds to appreciate the small joys in our daily lives, whether it's the warmth of the sun on our skin, a kind word from a friend, or a delicious meal. Keeping a gratitude journal can be a valuable tool in this practice, as it encourages us to reflect on positive experiences and moments of connection. By acknowledging and celebrating these moments, we can shift our focus away from negativity and enhance our overall well-being. Engaging in activities that promote presence can also deepen our connection to the moment. Whether it's spending time in nature, practicing yoga, or participating in creative pursuits, these activities encourage us to immerse ourselves fully in our experiences. Nature, in particular, has a remarkable ability to ground us and bring us back to the present. Taking a walk in the woods or sitting by a river allows us to engage our senses, fostering a sense of peace and connection to the world around us. Furthermore, embracing the present moment fosters resilience in the face of challenges. Life is filled with uncertainties, and it is easy to become overwhelmed by the unknown. However, when we cultivate a mindfulness practice, we learn to approach challenges with a sense of curiosity rather than fear. This mindset allows us to respond to difficulties with greater clarity and composure, ultimately enabling us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Lastly, embracing the present moment enhances our relationships with others. When we are fully present during interactions, we listen more deeply and engage more authentically. This connection fosters empathy and understanding, allowing us to build meaningful relationships based on trust and respect. By prioritizing presence in our interactions, we create a space where others feel valued and heard. In summary, embracing the present moment is a transformative practice that can lead to greater awareness, fulfillment, and joy. By cultivating mindfulness, letting go of the past and future, practicing gratitude, engaging in activities that promote presence, and fostering deeper connections with others, we can enhance our overall well-being. Ultimately, living in the moment allows us to savor life's experiences and discover the beauty that exists within each passing moment. Each time we consciously choose to embrace the present, we reclaim our power to live authentically and fully. In conclusion, the journey toward personal liberation is a multifaceted process that requires us to confront our fears, embrace our vulnerabilities, and cultivate a profound sense of self-worth. By letting go of the burdens of our past, we open ourselves to the transformative power of change, allowing new opportunities and experiences to enrich our lives. Finding strength in vulnerability teaches us that true power lies in authenticity and the courage to be ourselves, while recognizing our inherent self-worth empowers us to establish boundaries and prioritize our well-being. As we navigate the inevitable changes life presents, we must learn to approach these transitions with resilience and an open heart. Embracing change fosters personal growth, helping us to discover new strengths and possibilities. Healing from past wounds enables us to release the emotional scars that hold us back, allowing us to step into a future filled with hope and potential. Ultimately, by embracing the present moment, we ground ourselves in the richness of life's experiences. Mindfulness, gratitude, and meaningful connections with others enhance our journey, reminding us that every moment is an opportunity for growth and connection. The path to personal freedom is not always easy, but it is profoundly rewarding. Each step we take toward letting go, healing, and embracing the present allows us to cultivate a more fulfilling and authentic life. As we embark on this journey, we discover that true liberation comes from within a powerful realization that empowers us to live with intention, purpose, and joy. Together, let us commit to this journey of self-discovery, embracing our unique paths as we strive for a life rich in meaning and connection. Thank you